Want to welcome you. Good afternoon, and actually good morning, Whalers Nation, and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We are coming to you live from Vito Capizzo Stadium as the boys varsity lacrosse team will take on the Shrewsbury Colonials in the third meeting of these two teams here on the lacrosse field. The Whalers have won the past 2 seasons. Thanks for joining us here worldwide on the tube on the Nantucket Sports Connection, and of course locally here on NCTV Channel 1072 in Super HD. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whaler Sports, alongside our dedicated student camera operator, Pavlin Alexiev, who braved the elements with us on Thursday afternoon in the girls lacrosse game. A much, much nicer day to operate here as we're back at Vito Capizzo under the coverage of the field house. And, of course, we have Sophia Reese, who has certainly done yeoman's work, especially on Thursday, getting us going in the rain, and we'll be pushing all the buttons and making us look cool. We got a couple of cameras on session here today, so we'll get a couple of different looks here as the Whalers are poised to make another state title run here in D4, 12-2, make it 13-2 on the season overall, and just a couple of games left, 3 games left to be a matter of fact, and they are ranked number 2 in the power rankings in Division 4. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. The Colonials, a D1 team, playing out of that Mid-Wachusett League, 11-5 so far in the regular season, ranked number 13 in those MIAA power rankings in Division 1. We'll set it up here with a game preview, but before we do that, I do want to take a moment and thank our founding underwriter for the sports here on the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the children of Nantucket a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts through their support of our live broadcasts of Whalers Athletics. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Athletics.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit myricklaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as we get all set up here for the Shrewsbury Colonials taking on your Nantucket Whalers. We got about 6 minutes before the opening draw here. The Whalers showed why they are a legitimate state title contender here with a dominant win over Division II Canton Bulldogs just a week ago here at Vito Capizzo. They followed that up with another battle against Nauset, an 11-5 win that ran their record to 13-2 overall. Again, improved their power rankings as well, solidifying that number 2 ranking and sneaking up on number 1 ranked Cohasset. The Skippers, of course, bounced the Whalers from last year's tournament in the state semis, a game that we brought to you live from Barnstable last year. But I'll tell you what, head coach Sam Aloisi has the Whalers right back in the mix. And, of course, it is led and relies on that stout defensive unit that starts with the twin seniors, netminder Jeremy Jenkinson along with his brother Ken, and then the twins Ben and Nick Yates, who lead a unit that ranks in the top 5 in goals allowed in the entire state. That's any division. The 54 goals allowed is certainly tops in Division 4, and they have a plus 116 in goal differential, also ranking among the top in the state in any division. The Whalers offensive unit, I will say that the Cohasset Skippers have the biggest goal discrepancy. It's ridiculous. It's about 180. The Whalers offensive unit has been led by seniors Nolan Moskop and Aaron Hanlon. Those two have combined for over 120 points together. But Coach Aloisi has got a couple others here with shots and goals that can get Nantucket on the scoreboard. 4 others have scored over 20 points, and Jake Grant, another senior, leads the Whalers with 23 assists. The Colonials are going to have their hands full on the offensive side of things, and they are going to have a tough time scoring goals. The last game last year was a 4-3 game that the Whalers won in the waning moments and came away with a win. For Shrewsbury, they do play out of that Mid-Wachusett, as I mentioned. And this will be the third meeting between these two schools. Colonials are also tournament-bound. Power rankings in the mid-range here, number 13 in the last D1 power rankings that came out on Friday. It's been a tale of 2 seasons for head coach Nate Skirmont as Shrewsbury began the season 8-0. They've lost 3 in a row and 5 of their last 6, partly because they lost their leading scorer, Thomas Hopkins, to an injury. Also lost another starter, Jacob Carter. He's cleared, but I talked to Coach earlier, and he said he's not playing today. So 2 starters down for the Colonials, but Carter will be back for the playoffs, which is obviously at this point what everybody's kind of playing for here. So big-time effort coming up that's going to be needed by the Colonials here to upend the Whalers here on an absolutely stunning day, probably one of the best days of the spring, and certainly an easy travel day, albeit all of 3+ hours for the squad here from the Colonials as they traveled early this morning to get here by it'll probably be closer to an 11:45 start here when it's all said and done. Just a couple minutes here left on the game clock. As you can see, the Whalers coming back in, Shrewsbury taking the last final moments here. So May Madness continues here this afternoon. Another huge opportunity for both squads to pick up some points here and solidify their power rankings as we head into the final week of the regular season. Then it starts getting real fun with the next season. Always happy to have you here on the NSC and NCTV. We'll take one more quick break here. Come back with the opening draw here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. We got you all set up for a great game. D1, Division 1, Shrewsbury Colonials taking on the Division 4, number 2 ranked Division 4 Nantucket Whalers. We've got the live action coming up from Vito Capizzo Stadium in just a moment.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering, it just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I'd definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as we await the teams to head on into the X here and wish each other good luck here this afternoon on an absolutely gorgeous day here on Nantucket and probably across the entire state as temps will get up into the 60s. Light breeze coming across the field from right to left should have no impact. Sun, however, might have an impact for the teams on the left part of the field on your screen here. It is the south end of the stadium. So the Whalers will start in that end on defense. So we'll see if that affects Jeremy Jenkinson's view of things. For the Colonials, it will be junior Luke McCray, number 11, in net, as he has been all season. Other captains for the Colonials, Justin Lee, Travis Wingard, and number 88, Cam Moore. Keep your eye on number 88. He is impactful and just a big dude. He will be the biggest one out there for sure with the long pole. And again, we'll talk a little bit more at halftime about the upcoming playoffs. We've got at least we've got 3 teams headed to the playoffs. Want to congratulate real quickly Coach Jack Pearson and his entire staff and players as the Whalers baseball team took care of Sturgis West yesterday 3-1 and clinched a playoff berth. They will have a play-in game. We'll have to see where and when that is, but congratulations to Coach Pearson. As you see Liam Dowd, number 5, getting ready to grind it out here in the X with number 7 for the Whalers, Kyden Whitfield. Great to see Kyden back in the X's. 1 game away due to a shoulder stinger that he received late in the game against Canton. And Shrewsbury on the attack right away. Here's a quick shot. Blocked. That shot was Connor Ellery. And the Whalers begin things here on defense as Shrewsbury looks to take advantage of that first possession. Good spin move there by Jack Aloisi, and it is of relation, the nephew of head coach Sam Aloisi. So some familiarity there. Good ball movement by Shrewsbury here as they work it around behind the net. And back out up top, off the stick. That's going to roll all the way to midfield. A little bump, and offside. Going to be the call, so Shrewsbury quickly looking to get their offensive guys. As you see, big number 88 sprinting on defense as Hanlon gets it across midfield. And the Whalers have their first opportunity on offense after forcing a turnover on the first possession for the Colonials. Mooney, back up to Hanlon. Swinging it over to Stringer. Stringer makes a move. Gets a little opening, but good help defense there. There's Moscrop, sprints it across. Down goes Mooney. And ball flipped up into the air. And the Whalers unable to get a shot off on their first possession. Cam Moore gives it up to McCray. Whalers converge. "20 seconds running up. Oof, just gets it across. Double team through 2. Nice move by Barranco. And Shrewsbury with another opportunity here as we're under 10 minutes here in the first quarter. No score. Aiden Lenahan, the final cog to the offensive unit here for the Colonials, second possession of the game. A little one-on-one move. Deny, that was Liam Michalowski. Little zone defense by the Whalers here. Renahan, number 8, denied by Mooney. Getting a play up here. Little 2-3 with a man behind the net here for Shrewsbury. Here's a little one-on-one set up for Liam Dowd. Mooney. Shot save made by Jenkinson. First shot of the ball game. Quick outlet to Canton Jenkinson, and he's got that long pole, a dangerous long pole. Good pass. Shot. Finds the side of the net. So quick opportunity by the Whalers in transition denied. And off the stick, ball down. Quick pick along the sideline. And ball down again. And finally picked up by the Colonials here. And 20 seconds going to force another turnover, I should say. And good job by the Whalers defense. No surprise there. Here's Mooney. Evades one and will gain the zone. Miller. Back to Mooney. And the Whalers get their offensive setup. Under 8 minutes to play here. Still no score. Again, two good defensive squads here. We'll see which offensive unit can break into the scorebook first here. Here's Moskrop. Back up top. Hanlon swings it to Miller. Perimeter passing here for the Whalers as they get something set up here for Nolan Moskrop. Makes a move in. Double team comes, and he loses it. So another turnover on the offensive end for the Whalers. McCray looks to clear. Lechuza jumps along the sideline. Good job dancing. Pass goes through and kicked. Grabbed by Jenkinson. He's got plenty of Whalers up ahead. Again, Canton Jenkinson, the quick outlet across midfield. Here's Mooney. And Jenkinson will head back over Noah Stringer. The final piece to the offensive unit for Nantucket. Down to 6.5 minutes here, still no score. And the Whalers have only got off one shot. Colonials also with just the lone shot. So defense has been strong here on both sides. And again, both offensive unit kind of feeling each other out here. Good denial. Ball down. As Stringer unable to capitalize. Here's Hanlon behind the net. Maneuvering. Again, losing footing. Hanlon still with it. He rips one. Save made by McCray. Moskrop with the denial. And he comes in with a load of steam. Shot. Save made by McCray. Whalers are back there, however, to hold possession. 5.5 left. Clock will ignite on the whistle. Still no score. Good shot by Moskrop there. Still physical to get one off there. Colonials do a good job ball hawking and have extended the Whalers offense out a little bit more than they usually are. Lechuza maneuvering in between some bigger bodies. Mooney swings it. There's Moskrop. Little pick for Jake Grant. He'll set it up for Miller. And Grant behind the net. He's done a good job of scoring of late. He leads the team in assists as well. He's been posted up behind the net for most of the early part of the season. And that goes off the stick, and another turnover forced by the Colonials. Actually, the Whalers just an unforced error there with 4:36 left here in the first quarter. It'll be another offensive set here. I should say a clear attempt for Shrewsbury. Little double team coming here as Moskrop and Jake Grant unable to get to number 3, Mulvena. 20 seconds, and there it is. There's the whistle. Good job by the Whalers to deny the zone, and another forced turnover by Nantucket, and it'll be a timeout by Nate Skirmont. Coach Skirmont has seen enough here. We'll take a break here along with it. 4:13 to play. No score so far. It's been a defensive battle here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. We'll be back with more action here as the Colonials turn it over. Whalers will have the ball coming out of the timeout.
Over his head. That's going to score 3 easily. Easily. Triple. Swings and misses. He did get the bat of the swing on it that time. Oh, strike 3 call. That was a nice pitch. Ground ball, breaks up the double play. Oh, overthrows. You get another one coming on? That's automatic. That's automatic. That's it. That's it, right? That's going to end it? That should end it. So the final score here is 12-2. So Nantucket improves to 7-3, and as I said, they'll be playing next Saturday at home.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. It'll be Whaler ball coming out of the timeout. Oh, I stand corrected. It'll be Colonial ball, so Skirmont must have called the timeout just before the whistle blew to save the possession. Well done by Coach Skirmont as the Colonials get set up here as we approach 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Still no score. Good double. Here's Jenkinson. The annoying long pole. Yates. Good defense against Connor Allery. Shrewsbury swings it. Back to Barranco at the top. Looking to make a move. Whitfield is there. Unable to get that right-handed free. Gets by Whitfield. More defenders are there. Shot saved. Shot scored. So Morgan Carney able to find the net. Maybe we can see if we can pull this one up here on replay. We just saw the end of it. Not sure if Sophia can go back further than that, but nonetheless an odd-looking shot that found the net just inside that top crossbar and then bounded out of the net. It looks like we might have to do a little bit of work to this top netting. So 3:23 to play. Shrewsbury, the first to score here. And we're going to do a little zip tie here. So let's take another break here in the NSC and NCTV as they do some work on the net here. We'll be back. Shrewsbury breaks into the scorebooks first. They score 1-0. Morgan Carney, the goal scorer. We'll be back here on the NSC and NCTV with more action between the Whalers and the Colonials.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships.
Want to welcome you back to live action. It'll be Whaler ball. On the procedure call, a little too quick on the draw was Dowd, and the Whalers look to get on the scoreboard here. Still no score, good push. As we approach 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Whalers come in 13-2, number 2 ranked in the state. Miller back over to Hanlon. Here's Jake Grant maneuvering. Good quick feet. No shot attempt. There's a little pick and roll. Stringer, good ride. Push back out to Miller as we approach 2.5. Miller behind the net, good sprint. Another slip on the ground here by Stringer. Here's Moskrop. He'll post up. Get it back over to Grant. 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 1-0, Shrewsbury with the lead. Kearney just netted one about a minute and a half ago. To break into the scorebook, here's Grant behind the net. Looking for a screen to get Grant free. Double move, unable to gain any position. And that's a tough pass. And it'll be procedure. Oh, no, a couple of Whalers collide there. As Noah Stringer slow to get up as he collided with Canton Jenkinson. Both players trying to save the ball. And Stringer looks to be shaken up a little bit as he walks off slowly. Hope he is okay. Tough dude, to say the least. So Whalers turn it over as Noah Stringer takes a pretty vicious hit. Whalers down 1-0 with 1:30 left here in the first quarter. And Shrewsbury with the ball. They were able to score on their last possession. First goal of the game. Kearney able to find the net. And Whalers in a little bit of a zone set up here. Good communication between the unit. Jumping the pass is Whitfield, and he'll intercept it. Off the stick. And right back to the Colonials as Soren Edwards unable to find it. Down to 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Yates jumping. And Allery runs it all the way across the field. Gives it up. Double team comes, ball down. Just 14 seconds left here in the first quarter. Ball down and scooped up by Hanlon. And the Whalers will hang on to it here as the horn sounds, ending the first quarter. I cannot remember a quarter that the Whalers have been shut out in this year, but the Shrewsbury Colonials have come over across the pond and done just that. 1-0 after one. We'll be back. 12 more minutes left here in the first half. Whalers down 1-0.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Action here as the second quarter about to commence here. Shrewsbury up 1-0. I actually gave that goal to Morgan Carney. It was number 1, not number 7. So Tyler Barranco, the senior attacker for the Colonials, credited with the lone goal of the first quarter. Again, I believe that's the first time the Whalers have been shut out in a quarter. Maybe in that Falmouth. Actually, no, that's not true. The Falmouth game, they had a couple of quarters that neither team scored, actually, in that 2-1 battle here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, one of the early season games that really cemented both teams as a legitimate state contender here. Rolling and quickly picked by Soren Edwards, but out of bounds to the Whalers as big number 88, Cam Moore, unable to save it. So the Whalers will take over, attempting to clear here. Jenkinson flips it to Whitfield. He gets pushed back and will now advance and gain the zone. Good physicality by both squads. No surprise that the Division I Shrewsbury Colonials have some big dudes, including Cam Moore. Good catch by Moskrop. Pass inside off the stick of Aaron Hanlon, so another turnover here as spinning out of one thing is Ryan Curseria. And off the stick, jumped. Oh, good clean hit there. Oh, negative, that's a flag down. And they score, so the Colonials could go 2 for 1 here. That's that dude, Cam Moore, number 88, with the long pole, able to get it up, catch, and fire. A senior, actually junior captain. Makes it a 2-0 game here as it'll be Tyler Miller in the penalty box for 1 minute. Looked like a pretty clean hit, but they call it for a cross check, and Miller will sit. And the Whalers will be down a player and now down 2-0 to the Colonials. Another draw control by Shrewsbury as Moore pivots. And the Colonials can get it set up here with 45 seconds left on the penalty to Tyler Miller. Still 25 seconds left here on the penalty as Shrewsbury uses a little bit of clock here and tries to run it down as low as they can. Pass goes all the way through. That will bound to midfield and be a turnover. Still 10 seconds to go on the penalty as Grant sprints it in. And back to even strength are the Whalers. So good job on the penalty kill, but Whalers got some work to do as the goal was scored right before the penalty. Cam Moore making it a 2-0 deficit for Nantucket. Let's see if they can get something going here. Mooney looking to make a one-on-one move. He's got a little bit of room against Moore. Shot deflected. McCray with another save. Lechuza able to get to it and goes out of bounds. So another turnover forced by the Colonials here with 9:23 to go. They look to clear. Big pass. Ball's loose, right at midfield. Backhanded shot intercepted by Canton Jenkinson on the bounce. Jenkinson on the run. Looks for some help. He'll get it in the version of Noah Stringer. Glad to see number 6 back on the field. Clearly not shaken up that badly. Took a pretty good hit in a collision with his own Canton Jenkinson. Going after a ball to keep it in play. Here's Stringer. Barrels over one. Unable to gain an advantage. Mooney. As Moskrop operates behind the net. Trying to get off that over-the-shoulder action. Unable to do so. 8:20 left here in the first half. Still 2-0. Hanlon against the big Cam Moore. Unable to gain an advantage again. Here's Mooney. Hold not called. Here's Lechuza. Hanlon swings it over. And behind the net, it's Jake Grant. Good patience shown by the Whalers here as they've widened out their offensive unit to get a little space one-on-one here. Here's Hanlon. And off the stick of Moskrop and out of bounds. So another turnover. That has been the story here offensively for the Whalers. 7:35 and counting. McCray looking to clear. Jogs it up. Deep pass. Caught by Barranco. He's got one of the 2 goals here this afternoon. That one goes down. Recovered. And the Colonials once again get it set up here. Playing with a 2-0 lead. Despite being without one of their best players, Thomas Hopkins actually led the Mid-Wachusett League in scoring before going down with a knee injury. Surveying. Little dipsy-do shot. Nope, pass out of the hands. Wide shot by Aiden Linehan. Colonials fundamentally sound. Back there, retain possession with 6:38 to go. Good defense on Connor Allery. As we approach 6 minutes to play here in the first half, Shrewsbury with a 2-0 lead and possession. Soren Edwards with the long pole. Sticking with Barranco. Here's a shot. Save made by Jenkinson on the low shot. Edwards. Avoids one, avoids another. Gives it up to Hanlon on the run. Hanlon in front, shot by Lechuza. Save made, phenomenal save by Luke McCray. Gets the stick in the way. Grant now with the possession. Gives it up to Mooney. The best opportunity by the Whalers there. Lechuza right in front of McCray, unable to find the net. Off the stick of Tyler Miller and a careless turnover. As Linehan shot, scores! Jenkinson was in position, Lenahan finds the net, however. And the Shrewsbury Colonials have traveled 3+ hours and have taken a 3-0 lead, representing the largest deficit for the Whalers here on the season. 5:10 to play here. Single tallies by Lenahan, Baranko, and Cam Moore. And the Shrewsbury defense has been stingy, only allowing 4 shots. So a procedure call on the Colonials, give it to the Whalers. And Hanlon will jog it into the offensive end. Picks up a sliding screen, but unable to get by Cam Moore, big number 88. Back out to Stringer, and here's Mooney. Good communication. Moskrop looking to get something happening here for the Whalers, now down 3-0. Stringer spins, shot goes wide. And the Whalers forced to go deep into the bag of tricks here as these Colonials have really put the clamps on the defensive end. Mooney unable to get anything off, down to 4:30 left here in the second quarter. Little screener roll. Moskrop fires. Shot save made by McCray. He is seeing it well here today. Mooney. Edwards unable to get to it. And a bad pass there by the Colonials. And Coach Aloisi able to call a timeout and retain the possession, so the Whalers will get it. We'll take a quick timeout here with 3:59 to play here in the second quarter. Whalers got some work to do. They are down 3-0 to the Colonials. Back up top, Mooney gathers, avoids one, comes in and shot, scores the first goal. Oh, a beauty over the shoulder. Quickly cut off. Moskrop again with the over the shoulder. Inside, quick shot by Miller, bounces in. Unable to get anything going. Here's another shot and another goal. Here's Lachuzia. Oh, beats the goalie with a low shot. He gets it back, little give and go. Shot, score. Perfect shot from Noah Stringer. Beaumont, who comes out of net to get it. He's got to hustle back. Right in front, shot, score. Lachuzia. Ball is loose, and the Whalers scoop it up. Again, just no shots allowed here. Smith inside, shot. Poked in with the backhand. Nifty stick work by number 12, Tristan Grimes for the goal. Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. An absolutely gorgeous day, as you can see. A few folks venturing on over to check out the Whalers taking on the Colonials. The Colonials are spoiling the day here so far. They're up 3-0 with 3:59 to play here in the second quarter. Tyler Baranko, Aiden Lenahan, and Cam Moore each with goals for the Colonials, but it has been Luke McCray, the story, the junior netminder for Shrewsbury, has been up to the task. He's had a couple of great saves, including a point-blank one on Marco Lachuzia. On a fast break opportunity, it'll be the Whalers' ball coming out of it here. And they are in need of a score. Hanlon over to Jenkinson. Jenkinson with the long pole. There's Mooney as Hanlon will jog back on the offensive set. Here's Stringer. Stringer rolls, unable to gain an advantage. Hanlon. Mooney. Mooney with a shot. Oh, McCray got a piece again as it went up. Good effort by the Whalers and the Colonials to get after that possession. Whalers able to get there just ahead. Here's Lechuza. Good footwork by number 44, Rylan Moore. Pick for Stringer. Nothing happening. Down to 2:55 and counting. Mooney swings it over. Hanlon, low shot blocked. That would have been a tough shot anyways, as the defense was there. Here's Hanlon one-on-one with Cam Moore. Surveys. Now sprints ahead. Reverse shot, just wide of the mark. Stringer's back there. And Hanlon comes up and takes himself out. And we hope it's nothing serious. One-on-one, Stringer. Good move to get inside. Shot save made off the helmet, I believe, of McCray. He's using every little piece. Down to 2 minutes here in the first half. Whalers down 3-0. Stringer. Quick pass in, Grant. Denied. And stout defense here by the Colonials here in this first half. That has been the story. Here's Lechuza, top of the zone. Back over to Mooney, who spins. Not much happening there. Frustrating defense here by the Colonials so far. Mooney runs all the way in, unable to gain an advantage. Stringer. Back up top to Jake Grant. Down to 1:15 left here in the first. Moskrop. Shot, whizzes wide. Hanlon looking to get back into the game. And he does so with 1:10 left here in the first half. Whalers have been held scoreless here so far. Good possession here. They've gotten 3 shots off as Stringer looks to run through the zone. He gets a shot off wide. McCray was there. 54 seconds left. Hanlon, opposite end shot, hits the face, hits the chest protector of McCray in good position. So once again, Luke McCray denying the Whalers. He's a big body and active. As Skirmont will once again call timeout here to try and get something late in the second quarter. He's got 32 seconds to operate, and he's got a 3-0 lead as the Colonials are looking to head into the locker room. They will be at least a 3-goal lead unless something happens here in transition. Again, the Whalers coming in as the number 2 ranked team in Division 4. They're 2 points, just about 2 points up on the number 3 team, Manchester Exit. Cohasset, the number 1 team in Division 4. They've got an 8.1 ranking. Whalers come in at 6.2. They've done a much better job here later on in the season in their opposition rating. They hold the highest average win margin. Bourne, the only other one, that's at number 6 with something in that range. Whalers with a 5.13 average margin of victory. Speaking of that Bourne team, they were the last undefeated team in Division 4. They went down to Abington, who actually skipped up to number 5 right ahead of Bourne. Another couple other regional teams here. Sandwich coming in at number 10, the only team in the top 10 with a losing record, although they have played a very tough schedule. Just Cohasset with a better opposition rating than the Sandwich Blue Knights. DY down at 21 with a 9-3 record. Cape Regional Tech with 9-6 record, also in the top 32. And Monomoy, despite a 4-10 record, again, they play a lot of good teams in this Cape and Islands League. They are ranked number 30 and would qualify for a playoff spot if it ended today, which it does not. So the Whalers still with 3 more games. Pass goes off the stick. And again, the field coming up, forcing the Whalers tumbling. Here's 15 seconds left. The Whalers can ill afford to let up another goal here. So they're going to have to crunch down here on defense. Pass goes through, and that will do it for the first half. The Whalers have been shut out here by a stout defense from the Colonials. We'll see if they can make some adjustments and find the net here. Luke McCrae has been the story. He's come up with a bunch of key saves here to keep it a 3-0 lead. The Colonials up on the Whalers. Will be back to Vito Capizzo Stadium with the second half. Whalers are going to have to rally from their deepest deficit at half. 3-0, the Colonials with the lead.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Boston Pops.
Who are you, Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back.
Back to pass Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
Shot.
It rolls in. It's good.
You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead.
Gets it by.
Loading is open. Thank you very much.
My mark. Get my mark. Get your mark.
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
I am a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering. It just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
There's Dylan Damian, the danger. No sooner did I say the word than the first goal for the Whalers, just like on Wednesday. And straight shot, beast of a shot from the Whalers to go up 2-0. And shot and score for number 18, Carly Ray. Quinn Canty searching, gets it over to Dylan Damian. Damian inside to number 4, Grace Hanlon with the goal. Quinn Canty with the goal. Whalers recover. Damian charges inside. Score! Less than 20 seconds later. Shot by number 31. Right inside, Luisa Benny. 10 seconds left to play here at Vito Capizzo. Whalers going up to 3-0 on the season.
Vito Capizzo Stadium, we are at the half. The Whalers down 3-0 to the Shrewsbury Colonials. It's been a very competitive, physical, defensive battle here. Tyler Baranko, Aiden Lenahan, and Cam Moore, the goal scorers for Shrewsbury. Again, the Whalers haven't been shut out in a game since the Falmouth game, which was the third game of the year. That was a 2-1 absolute defensive grinder of a game. Great game, great matchup between two top-tier teams in Division III and Division IV. As you can see, it is an absolutely gorgeous day here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Thanks for joining us here on the NSC. We've got second half coming up here in a few minutes, but do want to give you a quick tournament update because we've got May Madness happening. Certainly want to congratulate the baseball team. They defeated Sturgis West yesterday to clinch a postseason berth for the first time, certainly in recent years. Congrats to Coach Jack Pearson and his very dedicated coaching staff. Man, they were looking forward to this year, chatting about it. Just missed out on the tournament last year and had high hopes coming into this year. And despite moving into Division III, they have clinched a play-in game after earning their 10th win on Friday, which clinches them in a winning record, which is all you have to do, 500 or better. You get a play-in opportunity. Certainly details will become more clear, but it may be a rematch of the game we have coming up here with the Vineyard on the 23rd next week, as that may be, depending on the numbers, how it goes and finishes up. They could come up with another game against the Vineyard. They do have the Vineyard again on the 23rd, and then on Tuesday they play St. John Paul, the Lions, one of the top-tier teams in Division II. And defeated the Whalers handily off island. Softball will not make the tournament, but man, they had some great games, especially that incredible come-from-behind win, as you saw here against Barnstable. New head coach Kelly Mayette had a real solid group, and we'll finish up the season with games against Falmouth and, of course, the Vineyard as well off island. Girls lacrosse squad has just one game left, but they already clinched a league title as repeat champions for new head coach Kelly Brown. They went undefeated in league play once again, currently ranked number 8, so they moved up a spot after earning their 13th win. They will also have a forfeit as the points take care of themselves against a Sturgis team. If they can stay at 8, that will bring up an opportunity for another home playoff game. So always looking forward to home playoff games. They have been an absolute blast to watch all season long. They play solid at both ends. They run great plays on the offensive side of things. They have a feisty, athletic goalie, emotional Ella Douglas, and a bona fide scorer in Luisa Benny. She netted 9 goals in the rain as the Whalers defeated St. John Paul for the second time this season on Thursday over at the Nobodier Fields, which, of course, I'm sure all of you saw. 19-12 matches, their highest offensive output of the year. So very exciting stuff coming up for both of these lacrosse teams. Obviously, the boys coming in at number 2 in Division 4. Solidly in that number 2 ranking as far as the numbers actually go. Again, Cohasset, the Skippers' number 1 team, and they have run the table here in the rankings. They have been the number 1 team from the get-go. Manchester, Essex, Ipswich coming in, finishing off the top 4. Again, a couple of regional teams at 5 and 6. Bourne just dropped from the undefeated rankings at the hands of the Abington Green Wave, who come in at number 5. Bourne now 6th in Division 4. Sandwich, as I mentioned, the only team in the top 10 with a losing record. They're 6-9, but are at number 10. East Bridgewater at number 12. Notable. Mount Greylock way down at number 28. Got the nod from our good friend Matt at High Noon Productions. He does a good job of previewing a lot of lacrosse and good matchups. Well, we've got another one here in front of us here as the Whalers got some work to do, down 3-0 at the half. And it all starts right here with Kind Whitfield on the draw as we are ready for the second half of play. Whitfield able to win it and will scoop and get a quick pass and a quick turnover. As the pass was deflected, Cam Moore runs it down, and the Whalers will have to play defense here to begin the second half. Ball down, quick turnover by Shrewsbury, but the Whalers without numbers. Lechuza circles back around. Here's Jake Grant. He'll wait for some help. As a Hawk also circling, you can see the shadow on the field. Tough pass, scooped by Moskrop. As you hear the play getting called out here, Mooney takes a couple of steps back and will get it over to Moskrop. He fakes the shot and unable to gain an advantage behind the net. Grant quickly over to Hanlon. He sprints in, shot off the net, but saved by the Whalers. Good opportunity by Hanlon. Here he's got some hands free again. Unable to spin out of the defensive pressure. Mooney aggressively. Opposite hand, bounces in front of McRae and out of bounds. Whalers are there to quickly scoop it up. Grant. Whalers around the perimeter. Here's a shot, bounces in front. That was Tyler Miller trying to solve the riddle that is Luke McRae. McRae has been solid in net as the clock approaches 10 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Mooney, good physicality, but unable to gain an advantage. Mooney, double teamed, battles through but loses it. Oh, that's a head-on collision there of Stringer once again. Mooney jars it loose and gets it. Spins through one, quadruple teamed. And that's a hit from behind. That'll be a Colonial ball. luckily that wasn't a flag. Push from behind. And Barranco will put it in for the Colonials with 9:20 left here in the third quarter. Pass is tipped. And Barranco will jog over and put it in for the Colonials. Hanlon. Good denial there. Barranco strong with the ball, however. Tough pass. Scrum continues. Mooney flips it ahead. And Yates unable to get it. Finally, Nick Yates, number 1, able to corral the ball after a long scrum. Here's Canton Jenkinson. He will sprint it across midfield and into the zone. Jenkinson, long pole, shot, just wide of the net. Good looking shot there. Whalers move it around. Here's Mooney at the top of the zone. Moskroft tries to get the hands free, unable to do so. Mooney now battles for it. Hanlon, couple of big hits there, and timeout called by Coach Aloisi with 7:48 to play here in the third quarter. We will keep it here as the Whalers again just unable to find the net behind Luke McCray. He has been solid in the Colonials defense with good physicality. If we have a look here, I've got the Division IV rankings for the girls side of things. Again, Sandwich has been the number 1 team from the get-go, and they will remain so even if they lose out, which they won't. But they have an 8.87, nearly 8.9 ranking, by far the best opposition ranking in Division IV. Hamilton Wenham with a better average margin, but not by much. Ipswich, the number 2 team. Wenham coming in at number 3. Nipmuc finishes off those top 4 teams. The Whalers at number 8 behind Linfield, Fairhaven, and Manchester Essex, who, of course, the Whalers played last year in an absolute epic game, an overtime win, finally solving the Manchester Essex team and moving along into that Elite 8 last year. Bromfield School with number 9, Wacona and Hull, and Mount Greylock number 12, Mashpee at number 14, DY, another one of our Cape and Islands League team, down at 21. Monomoy, despite just 1 win, plays a very tough schedule in the Cape and Islands League. They're at number 24, Abington 25, and a couple teams with winning records or better, or 500 record or better, so there will be a couple of play-ins, but the Whalers obviously at number 8 line up with Monomoy if things were to end and start the playoffs today. Whalers put it in play here with Mooney double-teamed and another turnover forced by Shrewsbury. Hanlon on the run, tries to defend. Pass goes off the stick of number 2 Connor Allery, and whistle stops play with the push. So both teams will set up their offensive and defensive units respectively. As we continue 6-on-6, just 1 penalty in the game, so a good clean game here as we approach 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Gorgeous spring day here on Nantucket. But the Colonials have gotten the best of the Whalers here so far as they hold a 3-0 lead midway through the third quarter. Dowd calling out the offense. As again, a little keep away here His little one-on-one move, gaining an advantage is Mulvena. Shot deflected, save made as Whalers unable to get to a good effort by Nick Yates on the backside. Again, good defense by Canton Jenkinson on his number counterpart, Connor Allery. Down to 6 minutes to play, and here's number 16, Jack Aloisi, the nephew of head coach Sam Aloisi. He gets it back here at the top of the zone. Ball down. Hanlon unable to scoop it cleanly. And recovering is Lenahan. Good job by Paxton Fitch. The top of the zone. And here's Dowd, number 5, looking to make something happen for the Colonials as they swing it. Approaching 5 minutes to play. Third quarter, Whalers down 3-0. Shrewsbury with the lead and the ball. Pass up front, hands are free, shot, scores. Too much room for Sean Renahan. And the Whalers now face a 4-0 lead with 5:01 to play here in the third quarter. He was just left wide open. So the uphill battle becomes even more uphill as the Whalers give up another goal here in the third quarter with 5:01 to play. The largest deficit of the year for Nantucket, 4 goals. Again, the Division I Colonials have come over to Nantucket. That's a flag down as the Whalers could operate here with the penalty upcoming. And that will stop the clock with 4:38 to go. A holding call on Cam Moore, a rare mistake by the junior standout. Just a 30-second penalty. So the Whalers will have to operate in a hurry, but they will be a man up here with an opportunity to get one in. With just 4:38 left here in the third quarter, they have been shut out so far by the stingy and big defensive unit here from Shrewsbury. Stringer swings it, Hanlon. He gets it right back. Shot, scores! Just like that. Hanlon gets it over to Moskrop, who finds the 5-hole for the Whalers. First goal of the afternoon. It has been tough sledding here for the offense, but the Whalers able to get in. Nolan Moskrop nets it for his 60th overall point here on the season. Goal number 45 for the Whalers senior. Hanlon now tied for the team lead in assists with Jake Grant, his 23rd on the season. And Shrewsbury makes quick work of the draw, and they control in their own end, but the Whalers able to notch a goal and keep it a 3-goal affair, taking advantage of the penalty on Cam Moore. 4-1 our score. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third. Again, Colonials in no rush to do anything. The Whalers are going to have to force the issue here. Baranko One-on-one with Kyden Whitfield. Goes to the opposite hand, picked up by Yates on the slide. Low shot, saved by Jenkinson. That was number 23, Liam Michalowski, with a quick low shot. Whitfield jumps it, unable to get to it. Good job by Barranco to recover. Michalowski denied. He gets it back. Off the stick and a turnover forced by the Whalers. Good job by Soren Edwards and Aaron Hanlon. Let's see if the Whalers can take advantage of the possession here. They will be valued highly here and through the remainder of the game. Little give and go with Grant. Top of the zone, here's Andrick Mooney. Down to 2.5 left here in the third quarter. Whalers down 4-1. Mooney looking to make an individual move. Avoids one. Here's Hanlon, who loses it. Moskrop saves the possession. Mooney. Surveying. Opposite hand. Here's Hanlon, unable to keep it. And rolls all the way to midfield. Edwards able to get, or Canton Jenkinson able to save it. Nifty play by the senior. And here's Jake Grant. Little behind the back move. Goes to the opposite hand. Gets bumped out of position. Here's Moskrop who lets it rip. Minute 44 to go. And the Whalers will put it in here with Mooney. Here's Hanlon, one-on-one with Moore. Spin, unable to get his hands free. Good job by the big number 88. Down to a minute 20. Opposite hand shot, denied. As Mooney went to the left. Whalers trying anything and everything here to get it past Luke McCray. Down to a minute 17 left here in the third quarter. Whalers down 4-1. Each team has scored a goal here in the third. Lachuzia spinning. Mooney. Colonials just digging in on defense. Shot goes wide. The Colonials are back there. Oh, Whalers lucky to keep possession here. Hanlon with a good hustle. And he will put it in. Whalers playing a little 5-on-5 here as Tyler Miller's gone all the way to midfield. Here's Hanlon with hands free. Zips by McCray just wide of the net. 42 seconds left. Interesting play here. As both teams content to play 5-on-5 here. Lachuzia. Physical. And here's Miller getting into it. As Shrewsbury able to make a substitution behind the net. Grant quickly out front, down to 16 seconds. 15. Looking for a screen. Spins back. Mooney off his stick. Down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and the clock will expire on the third quarter. And each team scoring a goal here, but the Whalers down 3 goals, 4-1. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of action As Aaron Hanlon to Nolan Moscrop put the Whalers on the board, but they've got some work to do here if they're going to make a valiant comeback in this fourth quarter. We'll be back with the action live from Vito Capizzo Stadium after this.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers break their huddle. Shrewsbury about to break theirs. The Colonials hold a 4-1 lead over the Whalers. The Whalers able to finally score a goal in that third quarter. Nolan Moscrop able to get it past Luke McCray, who has been solid to say the least here this afternoon. He has been the difference, certainly. Whalers gave up one goal in that third quarter to Sean Renahan. A wide open look, and he was able to zip it by Jeremy Jenkinson to give Shrewsbury a 4-0 lead. And Whalers able to get to it, the net. And Shrewsbury will get the control here. And here's Barranco. Whitfield unable to stay with him. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Whalers shot save made by Jenkinson off the laser from Lenahan. Jenkinson scoops it up and he'll get it across midfield. Spins around and loses it to evades one. Here's Jenkinson. Tried to bounce it into the net. Nearly got it there. Lechuza able to hustle back for the possession. Whalers pretty much in desperation mode. Lechuza bounces off of Cam Moore, gets it over to Mooney, who whips it. Blocked, and the Whalers will put it in here. A little push from behind. So 10:48 to play here. Stringer looking to make a move. Swims over one. Still needs to roll back to the right. Double teamed, triple teamed, quadruple teamed. And that's got to be a penalty. A little cross check. As Stringer strong with it, despite 4 blue jerseys surrounding him. He gets it right back here, looking to do some work with Hanlon. Spin move. Shot goes wide. Moscrop is there. Whalers retain possession, but are still down 4-1 here. to a solid playoff-bound Division I team in the Shrewsbury Colonials. Moskrop, the lone goal scorer, skipping with it here out front. Trying to catch Tyler Miller. Whalers turn it over. Here's McCray. Pass coming to midfield, off the stick of Aloisi. Quickly scooped by Mooney. He heads back the other way. Big Cam Moore riding him, unable to gain the advantage. Mooney with a shot. Save made by McCray once again. Shrewsbury gains the zone. Looking to pad their lead here. Already up 4-1. There's Dowd with 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. And Shrewsbury playing with a 3-goal lead and no rush to do anything. Time is now their friend. Whalers going to have to take some risks here on defense to try and force some turnovers. Here's Dowd. Surveying. Behind the net it goes. Pass. In front. Shot. Skips ahead of Jenkinson. May have been blocked partially. Still 8:22 to play here in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time for the Whalers to mount the comeback, but it's going to have to start on the defensive side of things here as Shrewsbury controls possession. Baranka swings it to Linehan. They each have a goal. Off the stick, Jenkinson. Along with Yates. Whalers get the ball off of a push from behind, so going to need a clean clear here as Jenkinson gets it in the circle. Quickly up to Canton Jenkinson, who's on the run. Picked up by Moore. There's Moskrop. Jake Grant up at the top of the zone. Tyler Miller, here's an opportunity. Stringer, brushed, double teamed. Skip pass to Jake Grant. Here's Hanlon, evades one. Stringer, up top, Tyler Miller. Makes a quick move, rips it, scores! Tyler Miller makes it a 2-goal game. Nice low shot, about 20 yards out. And number 14 rings it up with 7:18 to go to make this a 2-goal game. Good replay. And the Whalers are right back in this thing. But it's going to take a couple of defensive stops here as the Whalers continue to battle here, now down just 4-2. 7:18, so it's still plenty of time for the Whalers. But it's going to take some good play. Starts right here as Paxton Fitch unable to make a play on the ball. So the Colonials win the draw control and can use some clock here. Coach Skirmont gets his offensive setup. And Mulvena, number 3, will jog it to the center of the field. Pass intercepted. Fitch got a piece of it. And that should be over and back. Oh, tip ball. So Whalers get it off the stick and look to advance. Down 4-2 with 6:30 to go. Looking to make a valiant comeback here in the fourth quarter. They entered the quarter down 3. Now down just 2. Here's Mooney. Swings it over to Stringer. Whalers get it set up here in a hurry as we approach 6 minutes to play. Stringer switches out with Lachuzia. Here's Lachuzia. Oh, the netminder went out. McCray was out of the net to double team. Lachuzia just missed it on the low shot. Off the stick of Grant, he recovers quickly. Looks to spin through the net. Pass deflected in front. Shot. Mooney's shot is blocked. Moskrop held, no call. Whalers retain possession on the whistle. .5:30 left here in the fourth quarter. Whalers down 4-2 on the attack. Stringer tried a low shot that went way out of play, but the Whalers there to retain possession. Here's Lachuzia. Gets it over to Stringer. Stringer spins. Pass in front. Oh! A BTB by Aaron Hanlon. And the Whalers are right back in it 4-3. Woo! Stringer to Hanlon. And Mr. Hanlon knows what to do with it from there, baby. A highlight reel goal with 5:13 to play. And the Whalers are back down just one. Kyden Whitfield grinds in here at the X. A little askew of the X. Nonetheless, Whitfield flips it up. Tries to scoop it, unable to do so cleanly. And Shrewsbury there. Cam Moore saves the day for Shrewsbury as they look to hang on here. Pass is intercepted. Hanlon on the run. Gains the zone. Still tons of time left with 4:45 now. The Whalers have scored twice here in the quarter. Here it is, Miller with a shot save made. McCray saw that one. Whalers down just one. Shrewsbury looking to clear. 20 seconds, and the Whalers force the timeout called by Skirmont here. So good job by Coach to save the possession. 4:17 to play. We'll take this timeout as we've got a brand new game. The Whalers have scored twice here in the quarter and are down just one. 4-3, Shrewsbury with the ball coming out of the timeout.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as you see the Whalers in their huddle. But we're going to cue up that goal by Aaron Hanlon here. An absolute highlight reel. Best goal of the year. Stringer working. And here he finds Hanlon right in front and nothing but just BTB'er from number 4, the senior captain, with the highlight goal of the year so far. But more importantly, the Whalers down just one now with 4:17 to play as Coach Skirmon has seen his 3-goal lead dwindle down. Actually, 4-goal lead. They were up 4-0. Now a 4-3 game. Shrewsbury. Barranco evades. Behind the net. Back up front. Tough pass. Nearly tipped. Dowd double teamed. Good ride by Canton Jenkinson. Down to 3:30 to play and counting. Barranca, the senior, has got 1 goal on the game. It's a fantastic game, back and forth. First half dominated by Shrewsbury. Connor Allery down behind the net. Again, the Whalers going to have to be aggressive on defense, maybe take a couple chances here as Dowd ridden by Jenkinson. Pass goes in front. Nice behind the back attempt denied by Jenkinson. Shrewsbury keeps it. Shot whizzes way high. Whalers are back there to gain possession. Great job on defense by the Yates boys. Jenkinson also with a phenomenal reaction to deny the behind the back attempt. I mean, he's in the circle. You can't do that, but no whistle. Here's Noah Stringer off his stick, and he's jumped. Push from behind the call, so the Whalers will get a clean look at it here with 2:19 to play, down 1. Stringer will gain the zone. And the Whalers can get it set up here. A key possession, to say the least, down 1. But this team is born and bred for these types of situations, a championship pedigree. Stringer uses the net. Once again, grinds it in. Looking. Oh, just off the stick again. Hanlon had the cut. But Shrewsbury will put it in play with 1:52 left here in the game. Again, the Whalers going to have to jump this and try and get a turnover. Shrewsbury's got 20 seconds to get it over. And intercepted. Hanlon scoops. Whalers in transition. Hanlon spins, has it. Oh, loses it. A rare mistake there by Hanlon. As Shrewsbury in transition now. Pass. Oh, good hit. Clean hit. And number 23 is shaken up. But the Whalers play on here. There's Liam Michalowski down. He took a shot to the midsection, so play will stop here. We'll take a break here on the NSC and NCTV as Matt tends to Michalowski. Whalers down 1 with the ball, just 1:14 to go. It doesn't get much better than this, Whalers Nation. We'll be back here on the NSC and NCTV as the Whalers look to tie it up here in the waning moments.
I am a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
the Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium, it has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But
I want to welcome you back to live action here as Aaron Hanlon puts it in play with just over a minute to play. Michalowski, came out in his own power. So good to see. He has been a handful here this afternoon. Here's Tyler Miller, runs through. Unable to gain an advantage. Down under a minute to play here. Whalers down one. Lachuzia gets it over to Mooney. As the Whalers get a play set up here. Mooney runs it in. Hanlon looking over to Miller. 30 seconds left. Lachuzia unable to get to it. And the Whalers turn it over here with 34 seconds to go. Going to have to take some risks here on defense. Barranco puts it in along the sidelines, runs over Lachuzia. And now Whalers double team. And timeout called by Skirmont once again. We'll keep it here. Just 17 seconds left in the game. Shrewsbury will have it coming out of the timeout. In a 4-3 game. What a battle here this afternoon. A good, clean, physical game. Division I Shrewsbury. We're up 4-0. The Whalers have battled back to a 4-3 game behind goals from Hanlon, Moskrop, and Tyler Miller. Hanlon's got an assist. Noah Stringer also with a helper. Single tallies from Tyler Barranco. Sean Renahan, who stands to have the game winner. Aiden Lenahan and Cam Moore, big number 88, also in the scorebook here this afternoon. The 4 goals for Shrewsbury. Got to tip your cap to the Shrewsbury goalie here. He has been unbelievable. Luke McCray, if the score stands, he will be the difference maker as he has stood tall in net. Again, Jeremy Jenkinson doing all he can. Allowing just 4 goals. That's right around what the Whalers give up a game. But just 17 seconds remain here. Going to be a miracle for Nantucket if they're able to turn it over and get it down the field here and score. If the score stands, the Whalers will drop their 3rd game of the year. 2nd here at home. And again, a good opportunity for both teams to pick up a point. Jenkinson kind of out of net as the Whalers going to have to take a chance here, double team the ball. Down to 10 seconds to go. Good job of keep away as the final, there's 1 second left on the turnover. Going to have to be a quick catch and shoot here. Could be Mooney from midfield. Hanlon's going to have to launch it with 1 second to go. Hanlon whips it, and that shot is blocked. And Shrewsbury celebrates here at Vito Capizzo Stadium as they come over to Nantucket and defeat the Whalers 4-3 in a great battle. Just some good overall lacrosse by both squads. As you can see, the congratulations will happen. The Whalers drop to 13-3. The Shrewsbury Colonials punch their ticket officially as they win their 10th game of the season. In Division I, Luke McCrae stood tall for the Colonials as he will congratulate Jeremy Jenkinson. A couple of great goalies indeed. We'll be back at it on the 21st. It'll be Pembroke looking to even up the season series. The Whalers went off island and defeated Pembroke in the final couple of games. We've got another one coming up on the weekend of Memorial Day weekend, early this year on the 23rd. The Wine Festival after that, so kind of an opposite scheduling of things for Nantucket here, but a tough loss for the Whalers, but a great game indeed as they tried to make a valiant comeback in the fourth quarter, down 4-0, but unable to finally get that fourth goal. Again, single tallies from Hanlon, Moskrop, and Tyler Miller, the 3 goals for the Whalers. Thanks for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. Thanks very much to Pavel and Alexia for being your eyes on the field. And, of course, Sophia Reese doing a great job at the controls. We'll be back later on next week with more lacrosse as we finish up the regular season, get all set up for that next season. Boys and girls already qualified, so we've got playoff lacrosse coming up here shortly. May Madness will continue next week, however, as we get it all set up for the final rankings and finally the pole positions of the playoffs through the MIAA Division 4. Thanks very much for joining us here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Whalers Nation. Unfortunately, the Whalers fall short 4-3 the final to the Shrewsbury Colonials as they come over and defeat the Whalers, hand them their 3rd loss of the season. Thanks very much for joining us here in the NSC and NCTV. Bye for now.